Hello, Likers. Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your fave, your one and only, your baby girl, Malaika. So, Likers, today we are doing a critical review of Mr. Aloy's series, When Marriage Becomes a Nightmare, episode 12. It starts with Debbie, being angry at the fact that Benny was being rude towards her. She was being disrespectful, whereas Benny was not being disrespectful. Benny was simply making Debbie, despite the fact that she's old enough to be her mother, making her to understand that if you are indeed a friend to my mother, this is a teenager we are talking about. If you are indeed a friend to my mother, you will not be sitting here and talking all the rubbish you're talking about her. You will not sit and be talking about my parents' marriage to me, which is the truth, you know, which is the truth, because which means what you're trying to make the child to understand is that her mother is a bad mother. You're condemning a child's mother in front of her. What does that make you? What type of friend does it make you? So she felt disappointed that Debbie did not fall for it. Benny did not fall for that nonsense stunt she wanted to pull. She was really disappointed. Sorry guys, you might be hearing noise, I'm cooking. Because Benny is that type of child that she's very outspoken. She'll say her mind. She doesn't care. She'll say things the way they are. And Benny was Debbie was very disappointed. So the next thing shows Debbie was trying to leave and Kenny was coming in. It was as if Kenny heard their conversation between Debbie and Benny. So Debbie, being a good actress, that she is, she started pretending to be caring, about Jonathan, and she wanted to know where he was, how he was. Oh, poor thing, stuff like that, so that the blame could all go to Clara. That was what she was trying to do. But Kenny also saw through Debbie. Yes, because to Kenny, like, how can you say you are Clara's friend? Apart from the fact that you are trying to put the blame on her right now and here, how can you say you are her friend and you are calling her ex-boyfriend, you are calling her husband to come and meet her when her ex-boyfriend is here? What type of friend are you? Obviously, I was thinking that Debbie was intelligent enough to say that was not what I said, but she practically denied, she denied calling Jonathan, not knowing that Jonathan was not knowing that Kenny was with Jonathan, But I'm just like us, I can't lie to you people. What gladdens my heart is the fact that Kenny and Benny yes, Benny are not drinking the Kool-Aid, the Debbie Kool-Aid that she's distributing. They're not drinking it, And I'm glad also that Clara as well is not drinking that Kool-Aid. Yes, Clara still listens to her advice because she doesn't know that the snake is her friend, But Clara is not drinking the Kool-Aid. So Benny tried to take herself out of the situation that she's finding herself with Kenny, because she's realizing that Kenny is not that person that you could easily fool. Kenny is not Jonathan that you could easily manipulate. You could play with his emotions, So now Kenny is making her to understand that this thing that you're doing, I know, because the truth is you are the architect of everything that happened that day at the opening of the restaurant. No matter how much she denies it, Kenny already know that she was the architect of it, because if she hadn't called Jonathan to go, Jonathan had no plans of going to that restaurant, because to him it was embarrassing that his wife's ex will open a restaurant for her and he will go there. What is he going there to do? So to him it was it's embarrassing. He had no intention of going there, but he left because she called him, and if she didn't call, how did he know that Jonathan was there? Hanks was. How did Jonathan know that Hanks was at the restaurant? So I like it. I like the fact that Kenny is confronting her. Kenny is confronting her, and now she's very pissed because people like that, people that love to manipulate others, they don't like you when you pick when you notice what they are doing, when you pick on it. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. They don't like it. They are not happy about it. So Kenny is making her to understand that you see, henceforth I'll be watching you. Yes, because people like Benny, you have yes, Debbie, sorry, people like Debbie, you have to watch them, because you cannot be doing a good friend, which good friend calls her friend's husband to tell him that come, your friend's your wife's ex-boyfriend is here. Which friend does that? A friend would, it's only a foe that will do something like that. A friend, my people, will not do that. If you have a friend who does that, because a friend, if Debbie was truly her friend, Debbie was supposed to say that, don't invite him over, because it's going to make your husband feel some type of way, and encourage the husband to stand by his wife. Instead, but she wants to drift them apart. And I'm glad that, irrespective of that, Joe has not seen it, Clara has not seen it, but Kenny have seen it, and Kenny is watching, because Kenny is making her understand that if you have no intention, of bringing this family together, don't tear it apart, because I am watching you. Yes, if you don't want to bring them together, do not, I repeat, tear it apart, because I don't understand what your interest is. I don't understand. And Kenny had to leave because he was very angry. And as usual, Debbie, she will be pissed because, yes, yet again, another person who refuses, another person yet who refuses to, to acknowledge that she's telling the truth. So the next thing shows Clara, who met Debbie, where she is sitting like an angry lion, an angry lioness, very pissed. And that the peace that she's not pissed because anybody disrespected her. No, in as much as she will lie that she felt disrespected, but she's pissed because she's a narcissist and nobody is buying whatever it is that she's selling. Yes, that's why she's pissed. So now she's telling she's lying to what's her name, to Clara, that this girl, that Benny disrespected her. Benny did this, Benny did that, Benny did that, whereas Benny didn't do any of those things. She wants Clara to believe that her daughter that she raised well is disrespecting her. Yes, Benita is outspoken. The little girl she'll speak her mind, but disrespecting an elder, I didn't see any form of disrespect. She was just blunt. You cannot blame a child from being blunt. She was just blunt. Her parents raised her like that. Her parents raised her to be able to speak her mind. You cannot tell her things and she keeps quiet. So this woman is angry because the child was being blunt and told her the truth. Now she is not telling the mother what the child said, what happened. Now she twisted everything. She made it sound like she was instead trying to caution the child not to get involved in matters between her parents, whereas that girl was the one, like, everything the girl did, she twisted it. But I am happy that Clara is a type of mother that will not just go and be shouting when they hear that, oh, look at what your child did to me, and they start shouting. No, she's not that type of person. She's making Benita know that Debbie knows that I'm going to find out from my child. I'm going to ask her. I'm going to find out to know what happened, what went down. And that people like that, narcissists that want you to believe whatever it is that they tell you, once they hear that you are willing to investigate, to find out the truth, they get angry. Yes, they get angry because that is something they don't want you to find out. They don't want you to know about the truth. They want the truth should be what they are telling you. Yes, their truth should be what you ought to believe. They get easily frustrated, when you find out that they are lying. They don't like it. And they show it. They will show you. They won't pretend. They will not pretend about it. So she's angry. She's trying to understand, trying to find out that. So it means that everything that she's saying, this woman does not believe her. This woman does. So you think I'm lying? Nobody said you're lying. Nobody said you're lying. The only thing that your friend is saying is that you're not being truthful. Yes, because Clara told allegedly, I say like sorry, Clara told Debbie that, Debbie, you're not telling me everything. You're not being truthful. I know my daughter. My daughter will never disrespect anyone. She's smart. She's sassy. She's saucy. She has a sharp mouth. She speak her mind. She like almost she's very blunt, but rude is something that she's not. My daughter was never raised to talk back at elders. She was never raised. So I will find out to know what is going down. And that is what she doesn't like. And now when the issue of the text message comes up, she's trying to make it look like that child was the one who sent the text message. That Benny was the one who sent the text message, to bring her father down, to look down on her father, to humiliate her father, because she wants to embarrass her father. And when you look at Debbie's face, you see that she's disappointed, that she's not being believed by her friend, because she's trying to manipulate, she's trying to create problems. Like I don't know why she wants to separate everyone from this lady Clara. What did she do? Because it's obvious that Clara did something. But no matter what somebody did, you will not, there are certain things that almost you will not do. It's clear that Clara did something that has irritated her soul to a point that she wants to separate her from her husband, from her daughter, from everybody. Because now her plan is to separate her, from her husband, then separate her from her daughter, then separate her from Hanks as well. So if she's not ready to, if she's incapable of separating her from her daughter, she'll at least the two of them will be on the streets. And what would you gain at the end of the day? What will be your gain? Because at least you should be able to gain something. You should be able to do certain things because of a particular thing. So now at this point that you want to do this, what is your gain? But when you look at it, it's obvious that she has no gain. She's just a mean person who dislike other people's success. But I like the fact that Clara was certain that her daughter will not be the one to ridicule her father by texting that message, because she wanted Clara to believe that Benny will text because she wants to ridicule her dad. She wants to bring her dad down. But Clara said something that made me happy. Clara said, Benny loves me. Benny will not do anything that will bring me pain. Yes. Then she's like, you are the one doing this. You're sitting right in front of her. You are the one who did it. You were the one who did it. I'm just glad. And I'm glad that Clara picked out the fact that she is not being truthful. That she doesn't know what is going on. But Debbie is not being truthful. Yes, she was doubting Clara. She didn't trust Clara. Clara was doubting Debbie. She didn't trust Debbie. She told Debbie that you're not telling me everything. But now friends like this, that would they keep things, they don't want to tell you. You have to understand that sometimes just distance yourself. Just distance yourself. And always check your environment. Who could get access to your phone? Always put locks on your phone. Yes, let your partner have your because you're not supposed to be hiding anything. Let your partner have your password or your feed. Let them also have their fingerprint, whatsoever. Cool. But now you must know the people that you surround yourself with. Because if Clara didn't know her daughter, she would have believed what Benny was telling her. But she knew her daughter enough to know what her daughter can do and what her daughter cannot do. That was the part that made me happy. Yes, that was the part that made me happy. Because some of us growing up, we wished our parents knew that about us. We wish our parents knew that, oh, my child cannot do this. Oh, my child can do this. We wish that. Because some parents, you will just come and tell you, sis, look at what your child did to me. They will start beating, not even knowing that child is innocent. That child didn't do any of those things. So that was a technique that Debbie was trying to use. So my people, we are going to end this video. Honestly speaking, like us, we should know the people that we surround ourselves with. We should be very careful. We should know how to pick people that we bring around ourselves, because most of the time those people are the ones that are going to bring our downfall. Yes, those people that we surround ourselves with are the ones that are going to cause our downfall, because they know, they are the ones that know your in and out. They are the ones who know everything about you. Remember, we have to protect our mental health, so that's why we have to be in charge of the people coming around us. Protect your mental health. Take care of your mental health. Okay, don't let anything come between you and your mental health. Take care of yourself. Protect your surroundings. All right. So my beautiful people, I love you guys so super much. Please support our channel. All right. So on this note, I'll have to say bye.